Lesson 2, the budgeting process. So at the top of your lesson there's 4 definitions: deficit, surplus, balanced budget, and conservative budget. So deficit means you have negative money. You do not want this to happen. Surplus means you have extra money. It's over what you need, which is what you want. A balanced budget means that all money balances to zero. And a conservative budget is a budget that underestimates the income and overestimates your expenses. So the reason that we do that is because the reason we call it conservative is because it's like you're playing it safe. You're underestimating your income, so you feel like you're working with less money, so that if you end up spending more than you meant to, you have a little bit of wiggle room. And we overestimate the expenses because we want to say we're going to be spending more, and then hopefully we actually end up spending less, and then you have some money left over. Okay, so to make a budget, an effective budget, what you should do is you should track your expenses over a period of time. And then you should base your budget around what you've done in the past. So here we've got 6 months, and we're going to figure out the average. So to figure out the average, we're going to add each category one at a time, and you're going to add them all up, and then you're going to divide by 6 to see what the average is. So the first one is easy because you're making $450 every month. That's a regular payment of $450. It's always going to be that amount. As is the car payment of $175 and your car insurance, which is $115. Everything else, we're going to find the averages. This one right here where it has nothing, you're going to plug in a 0 as well as here. Okay, so I want you to pause the video and I want you to add up each section and divide by 6 and then fill in this chart. So the numbers you should be getting are 150, 83, 201, 67, 110, 83, 180, 115, 67, 180, 83, 93, 33, and the last one would be 66, 67. Okay, now we're going to make our budget. So it tells us that our income is $2,259.09 per month. So we're going to underestimate that. So we're going to say our paycheck, and instead of saying that exact a month, we're going to make it lower. So let's go $2,200. We'll make it less than it's supposed to be. Now we're going to go through each thing. So if it is this and it is a regular payment, you do not need to underestimate, overestimate. You just put that in. So your rent is going to be $450 no matter what. Okay, our utilities. We got the average to be $150.83. We want to overestimate this. So why don't we round up 200? You never know. Looks like our biggest bill here is 200, so I mean you're always going to be safe then. Groceries is 201.67. We need to eat, so maybe we round that up to 250. 175 for our car payment. You keep it at 175. It is a regular payment. Our gas. Gas is 110.83. Gas can fluctuate a lot. Maybe we want to go up to 150. We're budgeting $150 for that. Restaurant meals is at 180. Nope, it's at 115. Maybe we want to go with 125. As long as it's overestimating. Okay, entertainment, maybe we want to bump that up to 200 instead of 180. And what you can find is maybe you don't actually want to be spending $200 on entertainment. What you're seeing here is some months are bigger than others. The way that it works is if you put $200 away each month for entertainment, in some months like this where you're not spending it, you save it for the months that you are going to spend it. So it kind of balances itself out in that respect. Okay, your car insurance is $115. Clothing, maybe we bump it up to $100. And miscellaneous, so this could be anything really. Let's go 100 for that too. Okay, add this all up together and see what we're at. See what our total expenses are. So I got $1,865. So this works out pretty good. It's less than our income, which means we can put some money into savings. We overestimated everything, which means we can be safe. We can feel safe with our budget. I think the next question, nope, it doesn't. Let's see how much could go into savings. Anything extra should always go into some sort of savings account of some sort. So we have $2,220 subtract, or $2,200 subtract $1,865, and you could be putting $335 away for savings or emergencies, which that sounds awesome. Okay, the next part says calculate the percentage each one will be. So we're going to go back to those numbers that we just had. So I'll just fill them in. I had 450, 200, 250, 175, 150, 125, 200, 115, 100, 100. So we're going to just figure out the percentage of each of the total income. So we're just going to take that number and divide it by the total income, which we had was $2,200, and then you can times that number by 100. So for the first one, we'd get 20%. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to fill in this chart. So you should have got 20%, 20.5, we can be more specific, 9.1, 11.4, 8.0, 6.8, 5.7, 9.1, 5.2, 4.5, and 4.5. And altogether this accounts for 84.5% of the total income. And that remaining savings part, that would be the remaining percentage. Oh my gosh, 15.5%. Wow, I can't math. Equals 100. Yay, balanced. Budgeting is tough, but it is really a crucial, important part of life. To be conscious of what you're spending is the most important thing.